You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. It is a Friday here on Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios. And if you are listening on 1090 on radio, awesome. If you are watching on YouTube, hey, to our YouTube great friends, Bernard and Joe and Al and Neil and just everybody that's a part of that crew. Dude, who's going fishing with me tomorrow? And am I still going fishing tomorrow? I mean, I really don't know. I was told that the captain has to look at the winds and decide if we can get out or not. And I don't really know if we are or we are not at this point. Jeremy, my man, getting ready to be deployed yet again for the U.S. Navy. And he's supposed to come fishing with us tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. I got a long night. I'm going to go to the Padre game tonight and then super early tomorrow morning on this fishing expedition. All right.
Here's an update, and we'll get a real update the next segment from all the guys. According to Bernard Thompson, did you receive an email from Chris? The boat is on.
Oh, really?
And so Bernard and a couple of the guys, they can join us next segment if you'd like.
Oh, okay, cool. I would love to. In fact, I'm texting Chris to see if he also can jump in on this. Okay, so look, we got a great weekend ahead of sports, though. Grande, Big Brown, I'll ask both of you guys this, because I love what's going on. We were doing it last Friday. We did it again this past Monday. There's big sports stories going into the weekend. What are you paying attention to this weekend? What's top of mind this weekend for you, Grande?
Well, I'm going to the Padres game on Sunday. So definitely that. But as far as like big sports weekend, there's no real big fight. There's no real big event except for the Monaco Grand Prix on Sunday.
Wow.
Hell yeah, baby.
Left one, baby.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but I'll be waking up at 6 a.m. and I'll be watching the Grand Prix of Monaco on ESPN on Sunday. And I'm not even kidding. I am actually, tomorrow is the bigger day because as the F1 resident expert in this particular racetrack, how you qualify is almost as important as the race because the track is so narrow that it's impossible to pass in this. It's very difficult to pass in this race. So how you qualify, unless there's an accident or you have some sort of malfunction, is normally how you finish. So I will also be waking up tomorrow morning to watch the qualifications.
Wow. Anybody in on the PGA Championship this weekend? I saw early today, this was earlier Friday, that Phil Mickelson had made a big run to the top of the leaderboard. And what I had seen, this is probably when I had gotten done. I mean, this is maybe around like 10 something in the morning. I just had it on in the background. But Phil Mickelson had gotten up to 2 under par and was in second place in the PGA Championship. And I'm kind of like not really watching that much. I see Mickelson, this was earlier in the day, got up to 5 under and actually took the lead at one point. So, man, I mean, if Phil finds his way into playing for the win in a PGA major right now, dude, that would all of a sudden make it to my radar this weekend. Because I got Padres against Seattle because I'm going to the game tonight. I've got the Giants and the Dodgers because if you were to go back and look at the last 10 games that the Padres, Giants, and Dodgers have played, I want to say the Padres are like 9-1.
Correct.
Dodgers, I think, are 8-2.
Correct.
And I think maybe the Giants are 8-2 as well.
Correct.
Wow. So think about that. The Padres went 9-1 in a 10-game stretch where they were missing 4 of their starters. And while the Padres were not just kind of holding it together, they were thriving. So were the Dodgers and the Giants.
Imagine.
So now that, yeah, go ahead.
And because we talked about, I mean, Browner predicted a sweep versus the Cardinals, like to get swept. And we all were hoping for staying above 500. If they only were at 500 in the last 10 games, where would the Padres be? They'd be behind 3 or 4 games right now because the Giants and Dodgers are playing so well. But the good news is, Scott, the Giants and Dodgers play each other this weekend. So hopefully there's a split of some sort, or even if the Dodgers sweep the Giants and the Padres can overtake first place.
Let me tell you something, Browner. This is where these games, when we say that it's early in the season, this is where these games against Seattle this weekend really, really matter because again, Giants and Dodgers will go head to head in the next like 9 or 10 games. They're going to play 7 times. And for the Padres, they're playing the very lowly Seattle Mariners. And then the Padres schedule is going to get a lot tougher. But when you talk about the Mariners, you know how bad the Mariners are? Like, I don't, because I don't really pay attention. But for those of you that need to know this information, here goes. Alex, if you put this up on the screen, you can take us through it. And then Browner, jump in on this, because this is where the Padres, this is where they got to sweep. Bad team at home. Take us through how bad
Team
they
is worse
really
than
are.
the Rockies, man. So there's you got to win 2 of 3, because you do have Paddock pitching tonight, and I believe tomorrow will be Weathers and then Darvish on Sunday. So the Mariners have been brutal. They have been no hit twice this season. Actually, no hit twice in the last 12 days. They have had one hitter, and they've had 3 2-hitters. So they've been no hit
You mean
twice.
they've had that against them? That this is
They
not
have
their pitching.
right. They have been no hit themselves, where they got no hits twice. They've had one game where they only got 1 hit, and they've had 3 games where they've only got 2 hits. They have a team batting average of 198, which is the worst in all of baseball. They're 3-8 in their last 11 games, and their on base percentage is also the worst in baseball at 279.
Right. So Browner, maybe we're looking at a Paddock no hitter tonight.
No, he would never make it to the 9th inning throwing actual pitches across the plate for 9 innings. I think this is a good opportunity for them to begin to pad their lead going forward with these 2 teams, with the Giants and the Dodgers playing each other in the upcoming days. I hope that they can jump on this. I don't have the same worries I had against St. Louis that I have for the Mariners. I just think that there's a quiet confidence building in that team. And I think they're going to continue to go forward with that. I think this is definitely a 2 out of 3. I think what may be more of anxious is the Brewers coming up, because they did come here and handle business. So I'm more anxious about that than I'm about this. I think this weekend's going to be pretty good.
All right, I'm going to show you the standings here and why this weekend is so important in the NL West in 1 second. But before I do, quick mention here of my people from Corky's Pest Control. 1-800-901-1102. I mention it because I'm telling you right now, what I learned this week having dinner with Corky was that the pest control business, or at least the Corky's Pest Control business, really, really saw an increase last year. And I said, why was that? And he said, because people were working from home. So if they were working from home and there were ants or spiders, or if there were mice or rats of any kind, or if you planted this nice garden in your backyard because you were like, you know what, I'm going to start doing my own vegetables over the course of the last year. And then all of a sudden some gopher comes, digs a hole in your ground, and then pulls that vegetable through the ground and takes it from you. People were really calling Corky more than ever before because they were home. And so whether it's ants or spiders or any nuisance pest, whether it's termites, where nobody has Corky's 4-year guarantee, the best in the biz. And, listen, rodents of any kind, I had to deal with it myself. You call Cork, he comes and takes care of it. Corky's Pest Control, we control pests. Call 1-800-901-1102.
Corky's.
All right, show that slide, Alex, if you don't mind. This is what's going on around the NL West right here. Giants at 28-16. They won last night. They swept their series. Padres were off last night, 27-17. Dodgers were on last night. They swept their series. They're 26-18. And by the way, fellas, we asked the question last week, what are the Dodgers doing signing Albert Pujols? I can't believe what's happened here, right? Like he wasn't good enough at this stage of his career to play for the sorry Angels, but he goes to the Dodgers and he has contributed right away. It was the RBI in his first night. It was getting hit by a pitch with the bases loaded his second night. It was now last night. Albert Pujols hits his first home run in a Dodger uniform. This went from why are they doing this? What do they need him for? Where will he possibly play? And how will he contribute at this age? To, oh my goodness, Albert Pujols, he pulled in. He's doing well. I actually sent Adrian Gonzalez a text message because Adrian is down in Mexico playing baseball because he wants to play for the Mexican national team in the Olympics. I said to Adrian, Adrian, you got to be kidding me, man. I'm like, if Albert Pujols can still play in Major League Baseball, brother, so can you. Here's Pujols. Let's take a look at this video from last night. For those of you that are listening, you'll hear the audio. Let's take a look at the video from
My
last night
video
of
is not
Pujols.
playing for whatever
Oh,
reason.
really?
I'm double clicking this thing.
Not working for you,
I'm
huh?
gonna find it. Don't worry.
That's all right. I mean, listen, I went from why would they sign him and where will he play to, oh my goodness, Pujols is at first. They've been able to move Muncy from first to second. They've been able to move Lux from second to short because Seager's hurt. Wow, I didn't know that all of that could happen. And think about it. Seager's hurt and Bellinger's still hurt, and they go out and they get old Pujols, and they're on fire right now.
Hey, listen, these home runs don't mean anything. This little RBI single. Who can't get out of the way of a baseball? Okay, this little what is this little home run? He's an all-time great player. Yes, he can run into a pitch here and there. He was let go because he was only running into a pitch here and there, physically and athletically. You can listen, LA Cap. You can do all you want about this, bro. You can. You want a Pujols jersey? Should I order you a Pujols jersey off MLB.com? You want a 55? Huh?
No, I didn't even know that was his number. No, what I'm saying
you went from 54 to 55. What happened?
Oh wow.
Wow.
Huh?
What I'm saying,
Wow,
you
bro.
actually
Don't do that
have
to him.
you have yeah, be better, do better, Browner. Come on, do better, Browner.
That was actually really good.
I mean, I just don't understand like why the knock though. Like to me, this is impressive. You know, just the same way Ohtani is impressive that he can do it all, and it's not really a big story because nationally people are kind of paying attention, but locally people aren't. To me, this Pujols situation is interesting because he went from being not good enough to play for the Angels to immediately stepping in and contributing while the Dodgers, remember, the Dodgers went in 20 games, they went 5 wins, 15 losses. They were in big trouble. In the last 10 games, they've gone 8-2. And in the last 4 games, Pujols has been playing or has contributed. Like to me, that's just interesting.
I think we have looked at this completely from the wrong perspective the whole time.
Okay.
I think that all three of us were completely wrong, and I'll accept it. I will accept it. I don't think Pujols, what you just said, Scott, I don't think is true. I don't think that he wasn't good enough to play for the Angels. I think the Angels did him a favor to let him go and go find a competitor. I think they're doing him a favor at the end of his career to go out and chase a ring. He's good enough to play in baseball. I think the three of us might have overshadowed because his batting average did dip considerably.
Dip.
But his home run and his RBIs are still pretty decent for his age and for his size, as Browner says. I think the Angels did him a solid. Think, hey, listen, man, we got to pay you anyways. So we're just going to let you go because we suck. We know we're going to suck. We see this all the time. Maybe we're just looking at, I think, I will say that I now believe that the Angels did him a solid.
For a fat,
I never thought about that.
For a fat 47-year-old man, he looks pretty good.
Let me tell you something. You said he was fat,
Mhm.
and I watched him yesterday as he crossed home plate and he put his hands up in the air, and I'm like, you know what? He looks pretty good. He doesn't look fat to me. He looks big and strong. He doesn't look like 15 or 20 pounds heavier than he used to look. Not to me. But here's the thing. Forget about this whole story. It really just comes down to the Padres have an opportunity this weekend against the very lowly Mariners, and the Dodgers and the Giants, who have both been on fire at 8-2 in their last 10, are going head to head. So the Padres have to win this series and preferably need to sweep. And hopefully these two teams kind of beat up on each other in the next 7 games that they play against each other. Here's a look at what's coming up. Yeah, let's take a look.
The man formerly known as the Sheriff, Chris Paddock, is taking on Chris Flexen. What a great freaking last name, by the way.
That is a good
Chris
name.
Flexen.
Yo, he be flexing.
Who's 4-1 somehow for the Mariners. I think they only have like 4 wins on the season. I'm just kidding. So there you go. Chris Paddock tonight. Scott, you get to see the man formerly known as the Sheriff pitch tonight.
Right. I don't even think I'll see the game tonight. I'm going to be in somebody's suite. I'm going to be, eating and drinking, partying, and having fun, talking to people.
Nice.
I don't even think I'll see the game.
Are you excited to go back into Petco for the first time in 2 years?
Haven't been in a long time. Yeah, in fact,
I'm sorry, you were just the guy that was always at Petco.
I was there a lot. And I feel like the last time I was in the park wasn't even for a Padres game. I think like the last time I was there was like for the Callaway Golf event that they put on every year. I mean, I don't think I've been in Petco Park for a Padre game since I guess probably the 19 season. I would think.
Yeah.
And I was there. Let me tell you, I was thinking about it. It's interesting because, um, when Petco Park was being built, I've told the story before. 1090 was just starting to come of age in terms of an idea. This is probably early 2003. And when John Lynch, who was then the owner of 1090, saying, "Hey, we got to try and get the Padres," and the Padres played, I think, on like 600 Kogo back in the day. And John said, "Hey, you're friends with the guy who's the president of the Padres. Why don't you go talk to him?" So I literally drove down to Petco Park before there was Petco Park. I put a hard hat on, and me and this gentleman, his name was Bob Visas. He was John Moore's attorney who became the president of the team. He and I,
Vila?
no, not Bob Vila.
It did
Close.
sound like Bob Vila.
Close. Bob Visas, I think was his name.
Okay.
The one thing I remember about Bob is he had the hairiest arms of all time. You know what I mean? He just had super hairy arms. And anyway, Bob was a great guy, hairy arms included. And we walked around Petco, hard hat. Guys had, like real equipment and stuff, and they were building Petco, that's what was happening at the time. And I went down.
Don't you have that hard hat right there?
Yeah, it's right over here. So,
You're right.
Yeah, it's right here. I got my San Diego hard hat. And he toured me around. And I said to him, I go, "Dude, we're about to start a new radio station that's going to have the same reach as the old 690." And he said, "Oh my goodness, your timing couldn't be better." And literally not long thereafter, everybody put a deal together to put the Padres on 1090. So from 2003 till 2000, probably 18. And, Petco opened in 4. So from day one, I stood right there at home plate day one and watched Tony Gwynn come out from right field before the game even started. I stood there for like front row for all of it. And for 15 years thereafter was at that ballpark all the time when we had Padre games. But, 1090 had a suite at the time. I mean, it was good. It was real good. But,
I remember that suite.
1090 had a suite till the end, really.
Yeah, dude, lost all that cred, dude.
Yeah.
But listen, it was easy to get tickets when they were terrible, I mean, they couldn't give them away. Seriously. I remember I had in my contract one time with 1090. I had season tickets. Billy Ray and I did, and we never used them. We give them away on the air all the time.
That's what I was about to say. I remember when I was I think it was like my first or second year. I was still working with Hacksaw at the time at 1090. Like there was a suite completely open, and they're like, "Hey, you want it?" And I took my mom and sisters who were in town.
Yeah, I used it all the time. All right, hey, listen, I want to transition for a quick second from baseball into more of what's going to happen this upcoming weekend. A little basketball coming up. Before I do, I want to mention to all the dudes out there, guys, Total T Clinic, TotalTClinic.com. I'm mentioning this to you because it's a men's health issue. You want to stay as healthy and as strong as you can be. You want your body to fight off any sort of infection. You want your immune system to be as strong as possible. And what happens is when you get older and your testosterone levels drop, your body becomes more susceptible. You're not as healthy as you once were. Guys, get to the Total T Clinic. 15 minutes is all it takes. Get your testosterone levels checked for free. And if your testosterone's low, we'll get you on a treatment of testosterone. And you will see that you can feel like that young guy. You can feel strong. You can feel virile. You can feel motivated. It's just you got to get your testosterone levels right. Total T Clinic, TotalTClinic.com. All right, so I asked you guys, what are the sporting events you're watching? Alex says Grand Prix and soccer. I say going to a Padres game. Okay. I say PGA Championship because Phil has elevated to 5 under and it was leading earlier in the day. Dude, the NBA, we still have play-in games and we still have, the start of the playoffs. So like the Clippers and the Mavs on Saturday afternoon, not that I'm going to be sitting around watching it because I'm going to be out on a boat fishing. And then on Sunday, middle of the day, Lakers and Suns, and that series tips off. So Big Brown, I'm not really paying so much attention to your Nets back east, but NBA playoffs getting started this weekend.
My Nets getting ready to sweep the Celtics. I'm super excited about tonight, believe it or not. I think Memphis and Golden State, I think this is going to be another great game. Ja Morant's played great all year. They got Jaren Jackson Jr. back. They've got a lot of good pieces. So I'm looking forward to that tonight.
Oh.
You weren't on camera the whole time. Damn it. Sorry. Did you see that the Nets are now?
I want to say real quick. I went like this to Browner. I went like this. Like I gave a hand signal, like wrap it up. But I really wasn't trying to say that to you, Browner. What I was trying to say to Alex was like, I got to scratch my nose and I'm on camera while Browner's talking. And it's just super uncomfortable. The Total T sign is still up on the screen. It's Friday, baby. It's Friday.
I was trying to pull something up because I saw there's a new survey because what is America's most hated team in the NBA?
Yeah.
Was the Lakers. Not surprising. Overtaken this year.
By? Oh, the Nets.
The Nets.
Yeah.
25 of the 50 states have listed the Brooklyn Nets as the team they hate the most in the NBA. 21 to the Lakers.
Yeah.
And the other two were Philly and Boston in the respective states of Pennsylvania and New York and around that area.
Got it. Yeah. I could see where people would hate the Brooklyn Nets. You know, I could see that.
I don't think they have a single likable player on their team.
Well, I mean,
don't.
We know one guy who likes one
Nobody
guy.
likes Kyrie.
Nobody.
I don't think James Harden really has like this, like, you know how like Kobe and LeBron have a fan base that they follow them regardless. Like if LeBron went to the Bucks, there would be a ton of Bucks fans all of a sudden. I don't think that exists with James Harden and KD. I mean, whatever.
Look, man, the jealousy here is just palpable, man. I don't really understand how y'all can carry on like this. Let that hate out y'all heart, man. Let that hate out y'all heart.
Let's hold that thought. We'll get back to more on this weekend's playoffs coming up.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Catch Kaplan and crew Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. If you've listened to Scott Kaplan the last 20 years, you know one thing. He likes to stir up some A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090. Happening all month long at BMW of San Diego. Get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 2018, and 2019 BMW certified models. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Doing More is brought to you in part by the San Diego Food Bank.
Don't worry, Gracie. The curtain only goes up when everyone has a part to play. Whoa, okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, whoa, watch out for those audio cables.
I'm gonna be sick.
To the left! I am not going out there without Gracie.
Neither am I. A little help?
No pressure.
Happening all month long at BMW of San Diego. Get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 2018, and 2019 BMW certified models. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the mightier 1090.
We are in the hope business. What we do every day and what we've done for 40 years is to provide kids and families going through critical illnesses hope that tomorrow's going to be a better day. My favorite wish is the next one, because that is the power of our organization, is to bring hope to kids who are going through something right now, and hope can't wait. So people can get involved now by donating resources. They can donate in kind. They can donate their time as volunteers. They can donate dollars, because kids are still getting diagnosed with illnesses that qualify for Make-A-Wish every day. So people can visit us online at sandiego.wish.org. They can visit us and follow us on social media. There are so many ways to get connected, and people can help in many, many different ways. We need your support now more than ever, because illness doesn't take a vacation and it doesn't take a break because of COVID-19.
Welcome to the Jacobs & Cushman San Diego Food Bank and our 90,000 square foot facility. We feed 350,000 people every single month. Many people ask, how can I help? You can volunteer for the San Diego Food Bank. Just go to san-diegofoodbank.org, register to volunteer. No group is too small, no group is too large, but those volunteers are integral to our success in feeding the community. Another way you can help is by hosting a food drive. Just go online and register your group, your company, or organization. It's that easy. Another great way is through our virtual food drive, where you can literally buy food on our behalf. Lastly, another great way to make an impact is to go online and make a financial contribution to the San Diego or North County Food Bank. On behalf of the San Diego Food Bank, our staff, our volunteers, and the 350,000 people we serve every month, thank you for helping us fight hunger and feed hope in San Diego County.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the Mightier 1090.
Hey, it's Pharrell here, inviting you to catch my shows on the Mightier 1090. We're on twice every Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific. Trust me, all the other sports stations are sleeping with your wife.
The all-new and Mightier 1090.
Adios, love handles.
Adios, couch.
Adios, Quarantine 15.
Say adios to the quarantine bod with Pollo Fit Bowls, made with fire-grilled chicken and organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
Stanton Optical is an optical retailer that provides eye exams and glasses for every budget. At Stanton Optical, we offer a comprehensive eye exam. That means we don't skip any testing in order to give you the best exam possible. It is very important to have an annual eye exam to check and monitor the overall health of your eyes. The first part is our pre-test, where our patient care specialist will take you through the exam using our state-of-the-art technology and equipment. What separates Stanton Optical from other optical retailers is our extremely competitive pricing and our cutting-edge telehealth technology. A telehealth exam is a comprehensive eye exam that utilizes telecommunication technology to remotely communicate with the optometrist. This allows us to effectively and accurately provide an eye exam without direct contact with the doctor, ensuring maximum safety protocols. To schedule your appointment, just go to stantonoptical.com and choose the location that best suits you. Come on in and we'll see you soon.
We have a term for typical cheese-filled, grease-covered, regret-inducing takeout. That's why dinner from El Pollo Loco is always fire-grilled, freshly prepared, feel-good food. The $20 Familia Dinner from El Pollo Loco.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
Orange County Soccer Club has its home opener on Saturday night against Sacramento Republic FC. OCSC dropped their first match of the year on Sunday to the Tacoma Defiance, so they'll be looking to bounce back in front of their home crowd. Friday morning, the club announced that defender Avion Flanagan would be joining the team on loan from MLS club FC Cincinnati. Flanagan will be a welcome addition to OCSC's defense. You can catch the action right here on Your View at 7 o'clock p.m. Saturday night. In fact, you can catch 16 of Orange County SC's home games on Your View this season. The 32-game regular season will span 28 weeks. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. Get your tickets now for the San Diego Giving Back Raffle.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and YourView.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those afflicted by chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Learn more at LaMesaRehab.com.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hey, great friends. It is a Friday afternoon, and we welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino studios here of Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. We turn our attentions to Beer Friday. And Alex, I'm pretty excited about Beer Friday today because you know that my preference is a Mexican lager. Okay, I'm not the world's biggest IPA drinker. I'm a Mexican lager drinker. Okay, and today we got a brewery that we're meeting for the first time, and I think that this is my type of beer. What do you say, man?
I mean, if you want a Mexican lager, let's go to Mexico. How about that? Because we're going to go down south to Tijuana, South Norte. Ryan Brooks, co-founder, head brewer, is joining us today. And Ryan, thanks, man.
No, thanks for having me on. This is cool.
Yeah. Dude, can we hear a little bit of the story of South Norte? Because this all sounds kind of interesting. Go back to your early days. Did I understand you were working at Coronado Brewing? Is that right?
That's right. I took a job at Coronado Brewing Company about 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago, and I was living in Fallbrook. So that commute an hour each way wasn't much fun. Within a month, I said, I'm moving to TJ. I have friends down there. My now wife was from down there. So I spent a year and a half living there, and commuting was a much easier commute. But during that time, I became really good friends with a lot of the breweries down there, as well as the homebrew club. And so I just kind of took what I learned about Mexico and put it into San Diego craft beer.
How's that? How's that going down to TJ and living in TJ? Because you know what's interesting is like you can be in San Diego and drive to TJ. And when you cross the border, it, like the whole thing hits you, you know, like, wow, like I've just crossed into another country. It's not like going from, you know, European countries because they're all like right on top of each other. This doesn't happen anywhere else in the United States, really, you know? And so very few places. You go down there, and once you cross through the border and you're in TJ, you know you are in a different country. There's a different vibe, a different speed.
Yeah.
You feel that you're in a different place, even though San Diego is 20 miles north. How was that going down there and living down there?
You're exactly right, man. As soon as you get across the 5 and then you wiggle back and forth and cross the border, it's like your driving gets different, your speed gets different. You got to be on your toes a little more. But that's like kind of the thing that I like so much about it. It's like just a fast-paced, high energy, exciting, fun, enthusiastic. I fell in love with it years ago. So it made sense for me to go live down there. The price was right at a brewer's salary, which is sometimes not the biggest salary. So it was great to have an affordable place to live down there.
All right, so you real quick, excuse me. You go from Fallbrook, you work in Coronado.
Yep.
You go live in TJ.
Yep.
And you cross the border every day to go back to Coronado.
I was doing that, for almost 2 years.
Okay.
Not now. Now we're out here in Chula Vista, East Lake, so not too far from the border, though.
See, Alex, I recommended East Lake. You didn't listen to me.
I haven't looked for a house yet, man. What do you mean I haven't listened to you? I'm not there yet.
When you're going through the upcoming, and like you said, you were on a brewer's salary, you weren't really making it. You weren't really making that much.
No.
What lessons do you learn by by coming up in the business that way?
I mean, you got to. I think everyone who's starting in the industry needs to start out. One is probably as a home brewer. That's number one. But from keg washing to all sorts of parts of the brewing, doing the cellar work, and then up to being a brewer, like you just need to have those baby steps to understand all the processes and respect all those processes.
What part of those things you just what don't you miss the most? What do you go? I'm glad I never have to do that again.
Ooh. Driving a big truck and doing deliveries.
Really?
That's pain. I don't like doing that. I can drive a big truck, no problem, but the stress and the hassle of unloading and loading, and it's hot and in and out of a truck. No, I don't. I still do that a little bit, but that's probably the hardest thing for me to do.
All right. We're talking to Ryan Brooks. He is the co-founder and head brewer of South Norte Brewing. So just go back to the story then. you move down to TJ, you're working at the Coronado Brewing, and we've had Coronado on the show before. And then at what point does South Norte become a thing? Because it sounds like you'd made adjustments in your life to maintain your job at Coronado.
Yep, that kind of came pretty naturally. Coronado knew that I had lived down in TJ, and then in that kind of time, I became such good friends with the brewing community. I would get offered to go judge down in Mexico City, Guadalajara, Monterrey, Mexico, by Texas, and even on the Gulf side to do judging. And then also doing collaborations down in Mexico. I got a lot of invitations to do that. And then in return, I would have my friends from Mexico come up and we'd do collaborations at Coronado. So Coronado kind of saw what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And then I started making these Mexican style beers. I purchased Modelo's yeast strain and we made a standard Mexican lager. Then we made one with agave and kicked the alcohol up. Then I made one with Mexican chocolate and coffee. So all those beers I was kind of making down at Coronado's pub, they were really successful. And Coronado came to me and said, hey, you got something going on here. This is awesome. You should start this company and we're going to help fund it. And it's going to be a kind of a partnership umbrella company.
Why doesn't Coronado, I'm just curious, why don't they say, hey, you work for us. You've created these nice new beers. We're going to slap our name on them. And, why did they come up with this concept of a new name, a new brand, and why were they? Go ahead, I'm curious.
The Coronado's brand is so strong of like a coastal and the mermaid and it's that kind of vibe. And what I was trying to do was more rustic and more Mexican and bootstrap. It just didn't kind of fit their brand. And they respected that and they knew that. And they said, let's split them together or let's split them apart and have two separate companies.
And you're saying, though, that when Coronado decided to do this, it was like, okay, we'll invest in the brand and you can, I'm asking, do they say, hey, you can run it or you've got equity in the company? I mean, explain how they because it sounds like they're rewarding you,
That's exactly right. Yeah, I came in there real hot in the very beginning trying to work hard for Coronado because I felt like that was an awesome company in San Diego and we hadn't won the awards. So my big thing was I was gunning for medals, the GABF, Great American Beer Fest and the World Beer Cup. And I had got their first Great American Beer Fest medal, and then the World Beer Cup stuff, and then they helped me start this thing, and then I got medals with these beers. So I think they were rewarding me in a way, and we've always been good friends. And since then, they had to focus on Coronado, and we've split off, and one of the other owners took the majority ownership of it, and so now we're just contract brewing it at a couple different places and just doing our thing.
Wow. This is a cool story.
I think that's what's super interesting for those people that don't know about South Norte is that you're a Tijuana-based brewery, but you make the beer and it's available everywhere in San Diego.
Yeah, we just signed a couple of different good distribution deals. So San Diego's been on fire for us. That's our hometown, really. And then we just opened up Orange County, Los Angeles, and Riverside, San Bernardino County just last month. So we're just starting to get that beer out there.
All right, we're talking to Ryan Brooks. He is the co-founder and the head brewer of South Norte Brewery. I'm not sure I understood what you just said, though, Alex. Ryan, you're a TJ-based beer, but yeah, explain.
No, so we're kind of like born at the crossroads. The whole South Norte, the south of the U.S. or the north of Mexico. So we're brewing on both sides of the border. What I brew down in TJ usually stays down there. We do import and sell a little beer from the U.S. into Mexico, but most of it stays up here in San Diego. But I like to be able to cross the border and brew on both sides just to make it more fun and use ingredients that are harder to get here in the U.S. and do collaborations, kind of do that style of brewing.
When you said at the beginning that you, for your Mexican lager, Sí, Señor, S-E-A, Sí, Señor. Very clever. Is this, you said you got Modelo's
yeast strain?
Yeah, explain that part of it. Because when people hear that, they're like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, when you go to like these big yeast bank companies, they have taken yeast strains from all over the world and basically froze them, and then they can revive them and grow them up. But a lot of them come from these big breweries all over the world. But one of them that you can buy is basically, they call it the Mexican lager strain. And they don't say exactly where it comes from, but they say it's a large brewery in Mexico City, which is Modelo. So we purchased the yeast strain from a yeast bank company, and that's what we use for these beers.
And then when you were talking about how, you're now going into Orange County, Riverside, LA, et cetera, what does that mean that you're distributing there?
Exactly, yes. We partnered up with a couple of different distributors in different areas, And now, because we were San Diego only for the first 3 years of business, now we're branching out, actually in Arizona as well.
Wow, time to scale, huh, dude?
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
It's like put the pedal to the metal. As soon as bars started opening up, it's like no more canning, or not as much canning, and it's just like kegs.
Huh. Wow. Really cool. Hey, by the way, what have you guys, Alex, I don't know if you've ever done this. I know I haven't. Browner, I'm kind of guessing you haven't. Do you guys know anything? I'm sure you do, Ryan, but like what's going on down in TJ? And do they have a vibrant craft beer community kind of similar to San Diego?
Absolutely. I think, definitely San Diego inspired a lot of the brewers down in TJ and Baja, but they have a really awesome scene going on there. The government is kind of poking some of these guys a little bit and giving them hard times. If you've heard the stories about Insurgente getting shut down temporarily from the government, and there's some little difficulties, but the scene is awesome. The people are super passionate about it. There's some amazing beers that taste just like the West Coast IPAs in San Diego, or some exotic beers with different ingredients. You can find all that down at TJ.
Nice. How about that global pass? You got that global pass on your car?
I did. I have to reapply to get that renewed. I usually just walk across the border and take an Uber real fast. So.
Dude, I thought I was really cute. A couple of weeks ago, I was going down to the TJ airport, and anytime I use it, I go to the cross border, you know? Instead, my girlfriend convinced me that we could do it. She's like, we're going to cross into the border. We both got our global entry cards. It's going to be fun. We're going to park at the TJ airport in TJ, and we're going to take the flight from there. I'm like, but isn't it easier to just go to the cross border? And she's like, no, it's going to be fun. We can do it. We have our global entry. We're going to do it. So we went down there, drove through the border. You're right. Instantaneously, the driving changes. You go from San Diego freeway driving to New York City style driving. Like it's a video game. I was jumping curbs and stuff. I couldn't find where I was going. Finally get to the airport, TJ airport. Friggin' parking lot is closed. Oh. So now I got to leave TJ and drive back across the border, okay, to get to the cross border exchange, and I was like, what? And I missed my flight, of course. Just
it's terrible. Yeah, the CBX is a lifesaver. I use that, 3 or 4 times a year at least, and it's just the best thing that ever happened there.
Alex, when you fly to Cabo in July, are you going out of TJ? Or are you going?
I'm going out of TJ, and I'm using the CBX. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you think I'm going to go to TJ after that story when you told us?
Dude. I know. It was horrible. All right, let's do this. Ryan, South Norte is the brewery, and Ryan Brooks is the founder and the head brewer. And let's try some beer on a Friday afternoon. What do you say, man?
Ready.
All right.
Where should we start?
Yeah.
Sí, Señor, we'll start with that. That's kind of our flagship beer, the one that really took me quite a few years to develop. I won a gold medal at the Great American Beer Fest a couple of years back. Just an easy, crisp, crushable beer. Again,
you've already used our favorite word, crushable.
Crush.
Yeah, Scott likes to judge beers on crushability. So cheers.
Crushability. Yeah, cheers to you, gentlemen. All right, Browner, I want instant reaction out of Browner.
This is good, man. This is the beer alley for me. I'm not the IPA hazy person. I'm really, really hit and miss. Like, again, we haven't had anything truly nasty on this show. But when we get stuff like this, these are the things that I recommend to people that I like. And if you're a light beer drinker like myself, this is right up the alley. This is the thing to go for me.
See what I'm getting. See, I'm also, dude, I'm a Mexican lager drinker too. I would drink, if I were to go to a bar and order a beer, the easiest thing for me to order is a Corona or a Pacifico. Okay. But what I can already tell right away is that this has a whole lot more flavor than those two beers.
Yeah. See, the big guys, they're doing these big, probably 7% lagers, and they just water them down to get to the 4.5% or 5% alcohol. So during that process, it really does take a lot of the flavor out of it. And this being only 4.5% still has, you can taste the malt. There's a little bit of hot bitterness in there, but it's still pretty low. You can just crush it.
I also think the reason why I go for more of these, I think the first beer I had was like 14. I think it was a Corona. And ever since then, I've kind of really gone for these. Ironically enough, I think that's why I don't like the other stuff, because I guess this is kind of where I started.
Alex, what do you think?
No, it's great, man. This is the kind of stuff too, because like when you make a beer, I have a question for you. When you make a beer that's called a Mexican lager, like, do you feel the pressure of it because of the Modelos, because of the Coronas and all the other ones? Like, do you feel like, dude, not only do I gotta make one that's as good, I can't like disrespect like the Mexican lagerness of it.
Yeah. Even though they're the big macro brewers down there, it's a finesse thing. I mean, I brewed for almost 12 years now, And this was a challenge. It's like something that most brewers around San Diego were so ale centric that going back to lager brewing was a really kind of a newer thing for me to really get good at. And it was for Doug Hasker over at Gordon Beers, now it's Puesto. He really helped me through a lot of these first trials of how to make these beers. So they're not that easy.
Oh, it's awesome.
Interesting.
I love Puesto.
Yeah, Puesto is really good. Interesting how, I guess, Alex, your question about, respecting Mexican lagers and stuff. I mean, I don't know, dude, but aren't you a gringo?
Absolutely. I am.
Me too, bro. Me too.
I felt, my wife's from Mexico. I spent a lot of time down there, and I don't know. I just like being around Mexicans, I guess. It's fun to be down there, and I respect the culture and respect the flavors.
Yeah, that's really cool. This is delicious.
It's great, dude.
This is delicious. And I'm so glad that you sent a 6-pack for us, for each of us, because like this weekend, this gets crushed. In fact, I really want to take this out on this fishing trip tomorrow, but they're not going to let me bring beers on the boat.
Oh, you'll bring beers, dude.
I'm putting them in a backpack, right?
Yeah,
dude.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna check your backpack.
Right? How would you take?
Airplane?
I mean, but what do I do? Put ice in a backpack and then stack beers?
I own a cooler backpack. It looks like a backpack, but it's actually a cooler. Invest
Really?
in one. Yes, Costco. Go today.
By the way, you guys know my dryer broke. I tried to fix it. I ordered a piece. I tried to do it myself. It broke again.
Yeah.
I ordered a dryer from Costco. They came to deliver it. It was a electric dryer, not a gas dryer. I needed a gas dryer. They took it back, and I had to order another one. It wound up costing me like another $200. I mean, this whole freaking dryer thing was a disaster.
So good thing you got good beer to get your mind over it.
Right. It's Beer Friday. Beer Friday is being presented by our friends at Torrey Holistics. You can go onto our website, kaplanandcrew.com, find the Torrey Holistics link, and go into Torrey Holistics this weekend or have it delivered. It takes less than 45 minutes. Use our promo code TATIS, T-A-T-I-S, Fernando Tatis. That is our promo code. You'll save 20% at Torrey Holistics. All right, Ryan Brooks from South Norte Brewery. Where should we go next? What's the next beer we should drink?
I mean, I was kind of going back and forth between, because you said you're not such a big IPA drinker. Yeah. I wanted to just jump over to the No Way Mango IPA.
All right.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So
I told Ryan this morning. Sorry, Ryan, to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
That the names are fantastic. Like, it's not No Way, W-A-Y. It's No Way. Like, I love the names of your beers, dude.
Yeah, it's like if you know, you get it. You know.
If you know, you know.
We're fortunate enough to be kind of owned by a marketing company out of Huntington Beach. They took over the majority ownership from Coronado when Coronado was, focusing and got busy on their brands. So this company started out making the names, making the logos for us. And so I can't take credit for the names, but they are pretty catchy.
A mango IPA.
Yeah. So let's go back. It's an IPA forward, because we got a lot of mosaic and citra hops in the whirlpool. It's kind of the end of the boil process. And then we also put in tahine. I go to Costco and I buy a boatload of tahine and dump it in there. And then after fermentation's done, we put in real mango puree. There's no extracts. And that re-ferments on that mango. And it tastes like when you go down to Mexico and you get a mango on a stick and they sprinkle tahine on there, and that's your snack.
Dude, this smells awesome. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I've put tahine on like my micheladas before.
Mm-hmm.
That's where this smells really good. It smells just like mango, tastes like mango.
All right, Browner, you and me are not the IPA drinkers, but I think that this has tremendous crushability. What do you think?
What's that? You put the what on the thing?
Tahine?
What's that called? Yeah, I ain't never had that before.
No,
that's what's in here. So I'm lost. I don't really know what this taste is right now. I never had that, and plus I'm not a big spice guy.
But I don't think
it's spicy at all.
No, Ryan, I don't think it's spicy, and I don't think it's overly fruity. Like, I think there's a really nice combination of, like, there's a little tiny hint of spice for me, and a little tiny hint of kind of sweetness, a little bit, and it doesn't seem heavy.
I can taste the mango. The other thing, I don't even know how to even begin to.
All right, Alex, what do you think then?
I think it's great. I think this is awesome. I think that you can, like when Ryan said there is no extract, you could tell, because I've had like a pineapple beer, I've had all these other beers. You could tell it's not authentic flavor. You could tell, and it's like thicker too.
Well, let me do this. Let me keep going though. I want it because I don't want to run out of time, and we're kind of running short here. What's the deal with this next IPA we're going to drink? What's this one, Ryan?
It's kind of a cool twist. I wanted to make a standard West Coast style IPA because everyone sometimes doesn't want the fruit in their IPAs. but we wanted to kind of keep it in form with the South Norte branding. So we came up with an IPA with a Neo-Mexicanas hop. And what happened is these were growing naturally out in New Mexico, close to the Mexican border, and they were growing out in the ground and not up like you normally see in the trellis. So they picked up the rootstock rhizomes, brought them up to Washington, and we worked with a farm up in Yakima, Washington, to use this Neo-Mexicanas variety.
Wow, that's really cool, man. I love all the work that goes into this. All right, Alex, what do you think here? Because for me, Mexican lager is my deal. I really already love what I've had. Okay, wait, Alex is saying this is it. Go ahead.
When I go to TJ next time for my next Cholos game and I stop at South Norte, I'm ordering this one.
Ooh,
I'm ordering this one. This is the one.
Good.
This is the one for me. Y'all know I like my IPAs, my West Coast IPAs, my pale ales. This right here, it's delicious, dude. Shout out,
No. I got to say, listen, with all due respect, and we got to hustle up here. For me, I'm going with the IPA as my big winner today. Yeah. Big time. Awesome. Hey, Ryan, congratulations on all your success. Congratulations to South Norte. And look forward to seeing you, man. This is really awesome. Congrats.
Well, thank you very much.
Ryan's going to be at the Padres game tonight, Scott.
Hey,
he's got a booth at Petco.
All right. Maybe we'll
Where's your
connect
booth? Where's your booth?
Right there behind home plate, in between home plate and first base, in the craft row there.
All right, stick around. Hold on one second. Everybody hang. You know, I've already been drinking, so all right, hang out, everybody. I know.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Arash Markazi here, inviting you to catch my show, The Arash Markazi Show, on the mightier 1090. We are on every Monday through Friday from noon to 1 p.m. Pacific time. Join me and producer extraordinaire G. Wiley, where we chop up Los Angeles sports and try not to piss too many people off.
The all-new and mightier 1090. Happening all month long at BMW of San Diego. Get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 2018, and 2019 BMW certified models. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Brought to you by Subaru of El Cajon, an extraordinary experience for everyone.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. Get your tickets now for the San Diego Giving Back Raffle.
Happening all month long at BMW of San Diego. Get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 2018, and 2019 BMW certified models. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
Kaplan and Crew tonight presents Sports in a Minute.
University of San Diego baseball has their final home series of the 2021 regular season this weekend against Portland. The Toreros took Game 1 against the Pilots 7-1 on Thursday night, capturing their 30th win of the season. The win was USD's 21st home victory of 2021, tying the mark set in 2017 for the most home wins in a single season since Fowler Park opened in 2013. Sophomore Jake Miller got the start to open the series against the Pilots, going 5 2/3 innings, allowing only 1 run on 4 hits. True freshman Kevin Sim got his first collegiate home run in the win, helping to put the Toreros up early. Coming into the series, USD was out to their best 39-game start since 2012. The series with Portland continues tonight at Fowler Park. I'm Haley Stasiak. That's your Sports in a Minute. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Ray here, inviting you to catch my show, Let's Talk Hookup, every Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time. For over 30 years, we've been the voice of the fishing community for Southern California, and so glad to be back on the big stick.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
The Olympic Games, where the world's best athletes will compete on the most prestigious stage. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Guide to the Games every Tuesday on Your View. The series examines the qualification process, the history of the Games, and the teams and athletes that are expected to shine, plus information about the rules, events, and competitors. Don't miss Guide to the Games, Tuesdays on Your View.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View or stream it online at yourview.com. Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego keeps families close to their hospitalized child. Stop by your local McDonald's today to make a donation or visit redshoedaysd.com. Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives. Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect.
Shelter to Soldier selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive. Another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. Currently, about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal, or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog. Still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
Step up. You know, we're breaking that stereotype of what a homeless person is, this subculture society. We're just brothers, sisters, mom, dad, grandmas, and grandpas being part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
So, ladies and gentlemen, left-hand side.
We make sure that there's no drug dealing, drug use, encampments around their facilities, or anywhere in our neighborhood. We self-police, and that's all a testament to the folks here that used to be out there.
Watch out for sharp objects, ladies and gentlemen.
Ed's, once again, he's a perfect example of the caliber of the men and women that have been outside on the streets.
Here in San Diego for over 50 years, have worked all my life since 1975. But suddenly I had a stroke. And I lost all muscle control. One of the things you never think will happen to you, but it can.
The onus of responsibility need to go to our folks like Ed, people you've seen here that have tremendous skill, and give them the opportunity to shine. It's that peer-to-peer support, talking to the folks out there and bringing folks in here to start the process.
Let's go.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas. From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Only at Stanton Optical can you get same-day eye exams that test your vision and eye health for under $50. Stop by or call us at 1-800-STANTON. Eye exams are provided by independent eye care doctors.
Don't worry, Gracie. The curtain only goes up when everyone has a part to play. Whoa, okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, whoa, watch out for those audio cables.
I'm gonna be sick.
To the left! I'm not going out there without Gracie.
Neither am I. A little help?
No pressure.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.